Folks, before you start the episode, would you like a free case of premium craft beers? Well, we've partnered with Beer 52. They are offering you a free case of 8 unique beers you won't find anywhere else. Beer 52 are the UK's #1 beer club. Every month they visit a different place and expertly curate a case of exclusive beers from the region's best breweries. Your free case will include an eclectic selection of beers from the world's best beer countries, including the UK, Germany and the USA.
If you want to take advantage of this great offer from myself and Tom at Boxing 365 and our new friends at Beer 52, then make sure to use the QR code on screen or the link in the description, and for just the cost of some delivery, you can get yourself a free crate of premium craft beers. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to Boxing 365 for our latest episode. We're going to be looking at the next card in the deck, Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder, courtesy of Wasserman and Misfits Pro, or MF Pro.
MF Pro is different.
At the O2 Arena on the Saturday, the 4th of April. Before we do get into the card, as you've just heard from us, make sure to go and get your free crate of beer from our friends at Beer 52. You just pay the delivery, cancel whenever you want. Just give them a ring.
But don't cancel, because the beers are really good. We can't wait. Our new boxes do.
Should be here soon. Yeah, should be here soon. Also, make sure to like and subscribe and check us out on TikTok and Instagram.
And we really appreciate each and every one of your times, genuinely from the bottom of our hearts. The next little views and likes. Sometimes we get like a like on something we didn't think we would, and we're like, that's amazing. People think, now because we're famous, that it doesn't lose its shine. Well, I'll be honest with you guys, it's not found its shine.
Yeah, and it's clearly not gone to either one of our heads.
What have we got today?
We've got the Nostalgia Dark Reef
Robust Porter. I like a porter, me. So guys, welcome back.
Hang on, before we get into it, smell.
This is a fucking beer tasting channel now. Yeah, it's nice. That is.
That is nice. I think as much as I've liked the others, I think that's one of my favourites. That one is good.
So Chisora Wilder, Dan, lead the way. What we're talking about?
Talking about Chisora Wilder, 12 rounds at heavyweight, one of the scariest punchers in heavyweight history. Do you think he's top 5?
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because no, he's not top 5. He's a big puncher, just for clarity. That's absolutely abundant, right? But you have to look at his opposition.
Yeah.
You have to look at who he was stopping. And we're going to have this conversation later about another fighter or another recording. Before we move on to predictions and how we see it playing out and what each of them have got left, let's look at resumes. Let's look at resumes. Because, that's how we have to do it. We have to look at it on paper. You look at the experience and the people that Chisora has shared the ring with. Now, I've made a very short list of them people just here.
Very short.
On the magic laptop of love. Derek Chisora, I think, personally, has, if you look at his wins, has as good wins in his career as Deontay Wilder does. The only difference is he has more impressive losses.
Yeah, probably.
I just feel. Do you know what? I appreciate that Derek's actually coming in as a favourite for this one because everyone's going, yeah, Wilder's passed it. I'm not sure Wilder was ever there.
I don't know.
Who did he beat?
No, he's
Luis Ortiz is the best fighter he's ever beat. Luis Ortiz is and was okay. He was good. He was a good heavyweight. He was nothing special. First time he went in there against what you'd classify as a genuinely elite level heavyweight was Tyson. The first one was Tyson Fury, who should have been nowhere near that level at that point. He lost. Couldn't stop him, couldn't get him out. And then lost convincingly and badly in the second two. Then went in against Joseph Parker. Went in against big Finnish guy. What's his name? He's gone out here. Robert Elenius, who we know is a European-ish heavyweight. Stopped him. Fine, no problem. Went against Joseph Parker, who we know is a top 10 heavyweight. Again, got bullied. had absolutely nothing. Had no way of getting Parker off him so he could throw that right hand. Not that he looked like he was going to. Then fought Zhang, who again is a world class heavyweight, and got stopped. So yes, there is the argument that Deontay Wilder's over the hill. And I don't think that's an argument. I think he is past his best. But I don't think his best was ever that good. And he's probably going to get really angry about this. He's going to watch it. He's going to get really
You
angry.
think he's going to watch it?
Yeah, I'm going to tag him a lot.
Okay.
And you guys do the same, please. Thanks.
He's got a habit of beating up bullies.
Mate, Simon Jordan was sat there for the picking, and he just walked off and sulked in a corridor. Guy's a gimp.
Okay. Okay. Now, I think I take your point. Chisora has fought better fighters throughout his career, and he's got a much more interesting resume. Unfortunately, quite a lot of them fall on the loss column, though.
Yeah.
Is what I would say to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I do actually think that I would favour Chisora in this one, based on what we've seen of Wilder. I think he tires pretty easily. I think he loses the very little shape that he's got very easily. In the face of any adversity and also any sort of skill, he sort of tends to break down and resort to plan A, which is wait till somebody walks onto my big hand and that's it.
Yeah.
And
Chisora will walk onto that hand.
yeah,
Kind of.
that's my only worry. If Wilder does still possess that big freaky power, and Chisora gets a bit too lazy, there's always the chance that you get clipped and that's it. You don't get up from it.
I'll be honest. When you've watched Derek over the years, his style's never really changed.
Chaos
It's
and war.
absolute chaos, but he will for Wilder, for me, from what we've seen recently, we've seen it with Parker. He's going to be close up, right? So he's going to have that. For him to be able to get Chisora far enough away to cleanly throw and land that right hand, you're going to need to be a strong old man because Derek is a big, big lad, and he is going to be in your face for however long this goes on.
Yeah, and if he isn't, he's going to go back to his corner, and he's going to get himself against the ropes,
and he's going to wait,
and he's going to wait for you,
and he's going to lock it up. And
Yeah.
I think if he
he's going to
throws,
throw a horrible overhand right.
it's going to hurt.
I think if it hits Wilder, I think we'll go down.
Yeah, I do as well. I don't think I'll be honest with you. You look at the thing is for me with Wilder is irrelevant of his power. You look at his skill set. His balance is awful.
Yeah,
he never ever looks steady ever. You never watch him, even when he plants his feet and throws a shot. He's never. I mean, we'll call him unorthodox, but his balance is appalling. His jab is, it's not particularly brilliant. He's not particularly accurate with it, but again, he's got that power. He's a massive one-trick pony, and I think the realism of it is, I think it's going to be 4 or 5 rounds. He's going to have a little bit of success because Derek is there to be hit, and I think as he's walking in, especially sort of as they break and stuff like that, I think there will be shots that are thrown. But I think it's going to get into the 5th round, and I think he's going to drown. I'll be honest. I think Derek loves it in deep water. Derek wants him to be inside throwing punches.
Yeah,
Deontay don't, and I think I'll be honest. I think he'll have the 35 stone of Derek Chisora. Not that heavy, Derek. Not kidding. I think he'll drown. I really do.
I do think the way I would see it playing out is just pressure, chaos, and that's just not going to be something that Wilder can deal with. I think we'll probably see that Wilder doesn't let his hands go much because he's spending all his time trying to avoid Derek Chisora.
Yeah.
When he does let him go, that's my only fear. If he can land a right hand, that it's potentially
It's heavyweight boxing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this fight is interesting in a weird way, isn't it? It's not top contenders. It's not people who are in the prime. It's two people who are past their best, coming up to the very end of their careers, particularly Del Boy. But if he can make it his fight, cause enough chaos, cause enough panic, he'll win. But if Wilder can land one big shot, it really is intriguing. And
I love the fight, by the way.
It means nothing to Wilder for me. I don't think it does anything for him to win. To be honest,
I disagree.
I disagree. I think if Chisora wins, it's like, wow, what a great little win to add to the end of your career.
So I have 2 questions leading on to. Firstly, well, not questions. My first point is a statement. I think it absolutely gives value to Wilder, right? So you look at Chisora's last 3 fights. He's beaten Gerald Washington, he beat Joe Joyce, and he beat Otto Wallin. Right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Joe Joyce, not sure how much was left at that point. Bless him.
Mm.
But then again, after that, went and gave a tough old fight to Hrgovic.
Mm.
Otto Wallin should have really been able to outbox Derek. Just couldn't keep him at range. Should have been a tough fight for Derek. We thought it were all wrong, didn't we? To be fair,
Mm.
when we looked at the fight. So there's credibility there. Derek Chisora, there's credibility there. There were talks about massive fights for Derek. There were talks about him fighting Fabio Wardley for the WBO world title. If Deontay goes in and stops Derek Chisora, the question marks are removed. And for me, that's the biggest win of Deontay's career. Not name-wise, just for clarity,
Mm.
but at the minute, nobody wants him anywhere near the elite level because everyone believes, and I believe, he's shot to bits. I think if he goes and beats Derek, I remove the question marks. I go, fair play. Because Derek's a hard man to beat, and we've seen that
Yeah.
over and over again.
Well,
My second point,
sort of hard.
yeah, he has been beaten a lot.
He has been beaten 13 times.
There's going to be a bit of bias here on my part because
I know there is.
I love Del Boy. And like he's one of my favourite fighters of all time. And no matter what you tell me, I've got his back. I don't know if he's got my back. I don't think he knows who I am, but I've got his back. Now, what I was going to ask you though is Derek has said absolutely, categorically, not up for debate. He's retiring no matter what. 50-0. Oh, sorry, 50 and out. He's definitely going to be 50 and out. Does Derek Chisora retire, win or lose?
I'm not really sure because I feel like he might get that beat Wilder though. So do I just stick it out a bit longer? I don't know. I sort of
If he
do.
wins, if he
If,
loses, I think that's
oh,
it.
if he loses, I'd be 100%. Yeah, he's done. But I think if he wins, I'd be a bit more. I
Pick,
wonder whether he
pick,
just.
pick your side.
No, I think he will. I think he will be done with it. 50 fights. I think he'll be done with it.
Do you guys think that win on the win, Derek Chisora retires? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
I know a few people that will definitely listen to that and
Mhm.
they will definitely drop their questions.
I hope so.
Shall we move on to the next fight?
Yeah.
Which
We
is
can move on.
also a cracking little fight.
Yeah, Vidal Riley and Mateus Masternak for the EBU European Cruiserweight title. Yeah.
I like this fight.
Vidal was the British champion. Some good wins. I mean,
Yeah,
Joe Allen, Jeff Clark
yeah,
wins.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we've learned enough about Vidal. I think this is a big step up, personally.
I would probably tend to agree.
I think Masternak, bar a couple of performances where he was, I was going to say dismantled. Is that fair? Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, particularly the loss to
CBS.
CBS was
That was one of the
dismantling,
that was one of the
demolition.
best performances of CBS's career.
100%.
Absolutely brilliant. Because Masternak is a tough opponent. What is
Yeah.
he? 50 wins and 6, something
50
like that.
wins, 6 losses. Yeah.
And do you know what? You look at his record. Yes, he's beat a few sort of hit and miss opponents, but generally speaking, he's always been in and around fringe world level, European, and he's
Yeah,
come unstuck. He's come unstuck at world level. But if Vidal Riley wants to be anywhere near world level, he needs to beat a Masternak, and I'm not convinced.
This
Not
definitely is going to be his toughest challenge, and I would definitely say that I'd be more inclined to bet on Masternak in this.
the odds will favour you.
I would say the important thing, obviously, Masternak is 56 fights into his career. He's 38 years old. He is getting on a bit now.
But he has just come off of a very good win.
Yeah.
Apologies, I can't remember his name. To win the EBU European Championship for the second time at 38 against a fighter with a winning record, with some decent wins on his record, and he's gone in there and he's done the business again. So there's no signs of this guy.
He's not particularly slowing down. I know
No,
what you mean.
I mean he's never been rapid hands, great foot movement, but he's good. He's good
Yeah.
fundamentally. He's good. He's tough. He's solid. He whacks.
Yeah.
Vidal Riley, I think for him to win this fight, he'll go in negative. I think he'll be on the back foot. I think he'll be a lot of boxing and moving. I think he'll try and stay out of the way, and I think he'll try and nick the rounds. But I don't know because I'm not sure how good Vidal is. I like Vidal. I think he is. I think he's obviously very skilled, decent amateur. I've ummed and ahed. This is another of them fights where throughout this week, can't decide who I think is going to win it.
Yeah.
I can't even remember who I wrote down as my prediction for this.
We'll find out at the end. I do think it is going to be quite the tough challenge for him, really. And I would definitely say if Vidal wins, then that's really impressive. And I think then you want to be looking to try to creep up towards. I think a world title's probably
A big
a
jump.
big jump from where he's at, but that again depends on if he was to beat Masternak, how he beats him.
I've got the name in my head who I would like him with next.
Yeah, who do you think? If it is Vidal, who do you think it should be then?
Mosquera.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
European level fighter.
Do
He
you think he's a bit above that now, Mosquera? Do you think he's a bit?
still not beat anyone at that level. He's still in and around fringe world. Obviously won the European when him and Shev fought for the
Mm,
vacant belt, I think, at the time.
mm,
So he's proven at that level. He did a great job beating Shev. I mean, at the time, I was I was all on the hype train for C4 Clark. Um, you less so. You could
mm.
sort of see that there was flaws there,
Just a little bit, yeah.
but I just think that'd be the perfect opponent. Go in there, beat someone who's beat one of your British counterparts, prove that right, okay, there's another European level fighter beat.
Mm,
Then look at the fringes of that cruiserweight division, whether that be sounds horrible saying it, but he's been a bit inactive. But like you look at someone like a CBS, you look at someone like Brandon Glanton, for argument's sake,
mm,
someone who's in and around that level, at that sort of fringe world opportunity. You go and beat one of them, you're then right in talks for Michelin, Zerdo, and obviously was Jai Apataya, who was officially stripped today.
stripped, yeah.
But this apparently is going to be. I think this is a
Is it
IBF.
an
It's an
eliminator?
eliminator. It's not a final eliminator, but it is an eliminator. So this will put them right up into that mix for the vacant title.
Okay,
So
that will be impressive.
can Vidal Riley win a world championship? Do you think?
Well, based on how I think this fight's going to go, no, I don't think he will beat Masternak. To be honest, if he does, brilliant, buzzing.
Oh yeah,
I
British
just,
fighter. Yeah,
but
100%.
I just don't. Like I say, the only thing that gives me a bit of hope that he might do it is that for the time, Masternak might eventually start to feel the weight of 56 fights on him at 38 years old. But like you said, there's no evidence of it.
I think Masternak. I think I'm in the same boat as you. I can't remember if I wrote that down because I have toed and froed. And at the start of this spiel, I
mm,
thought Vidal's enough. I think Masternak's going to have too much experience. I think he's going to.
yeah,
What did I put?
I've not looked yet.
Okay, but I think he'll have too much experience. I think he'll drag him into deep waters, a bit like what Derek will do with Wilder. But obviously, there's an age difference in regards to the opponent. But Vidal's not had that yet. He's not had that yet. He's had a couple of wins that I've not been impressed with. Um, yeah, I'm going to go Masternak
Okay,
until I
tell
get
you
to
what,
the end.
I will see what you actually put.
Yeah, I put Riley. Did I?
Yeah. The final fight that we're going to talk about in particular depth is Denzel Bentley and Endre Saavedra, for the WBO interim middleweight title.
This, by the way,
Mm,
want to state firstly before I get any shit, because I get quite a lot of shit at the minute about things I say and post and do.
you did make a silly post.
Which one? The AJ Sonny Edwards one. I honestly,
You deserved all the shit you got
I
for
did,
it.
and I got some off of some of our friends as well. Some of the channel's friends. Truv Boxing got involved. Give me some right, Jib.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
or True VV Boxing. I don't really know how you pronounce
Truv.
it.
Let's call him Truv.
I call it Truv. Let me know if it is Truv. Denzel Bentley and Savage Devara.
Saavedra.
Yeah. This for me, no disrespect to either fighter, highlights the absolute
Baroness.
barrenness at middleweight. So I went, how in the world? Right, Denzel Bentley, I don't mind. He's on a good run at the minute.
Yeah, and a former world title challenger as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So.
He lost to Janabek.
Yeah.
And he put a good fight in there, by the way.
He did.
So I thought, you know what? I thought, there's no way this guy. I mean, this is one of them where MF Pro or whatever have gone out and bought themselves an interim title against a top 10 contender. No, 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 no. He's number 2. Well, he's not actually. He's, I think, 4th and Denzel's 3rd.
Mm,
WBO have decided 1 and 2 are vacant.
cool.
So I thought, there's got to be someone else, damn. Damn, there's got to be. This guy, this Saavedra, hasn't beaten anybody. There's got to be somebody else in the rankings, I thought. In the WBO rankings, there must be someone else. No, no, not really. And I
Yeah.
thought, do you know what? It's a shame. Because you look back at the days of Canelo when he was at middleweight, Triple G.
Yeah.
Mate, what a division. And even over the years, you look at the likes of Nigel Benn. You look at we've had it notoriously been a phenomenal division, but it's just absolutely, like you said
Just
earlier,
dried up, innit?
barren.
I think,
There's good young fighters through though.
yeah, that's the thing. There's good young fighters coming through, and it's understandable that at times, throughout the divisions there will be weak weight divisions. You're not necessarily always going to be in an era where every single division is
Stacked with
stacked with
pound for pound.
talent.
Yeah,
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 you
I
know
get
what I
that.
mean. But yeah, I think that's one of those. It feels like like you were saying about Canelo. It's like a bit more of a old school. Like it's you could be quite a reliable division really. But yeah, I know what you mean. I'm excited to see whether Denzel Bentley can approach that world scene again.
I like
Um,
Denzel Bentley. To be fair,
yeah,
he's a good fighter.
yeah, and I just think British fighter, if he can get back up and maybe snatch a world title in a division that's not too
Yeah.
busy, then buzzing,
And what a
buzzing.
fight as well, just again in regards to the British element, right? So he gets the interim. The current WBO champion, I believe, is technically Erislandy Lara, former
I'm
champion.
not sure, you know.
I don't think I wrote it down. I think it's Erislandy Lara. Janabek was the IBF, and he got obviously stripped, I think. But anyway, the realism of it is, let's say he goes, wins his title, gets upgraded, wins it, whatever,
Yep.
right? There's massive fights at middleweight in
Mm,
the British scene.
mm,
George Liddard coming off of a absolutely phenomenal performance against Tyler Denny.
yeah.
Phenomenal not in
Great
regards to
fight.
skill set, but in regards that a young fighter was dragged into horrifically deep waters. Tyler Denny tried everything. We were sat there getting a bit annoyed with it because it was like the ref wasn't doing anything. I don't think his corner did enough from Liddard's point of view. And look, I get it. You can't just moan about everything.
Yeah.
But Tyler
Yeah.
Denny was complaining every time nothing happened. And poor old George Liddard was just gritting his teeth. There was low blows,
Mm.
shots behind the head. There was headbutts at points. And I don't mean like sort of rubbing of heads. I mean, you spotted a couple where
Yeah, it was more like he had his head on his chest, but coming out of the clinch, he was just pushing off.
yeah,
I get
I know,
that
I
sort of
get it.
happens, but it's like
Yeah,
every time. I was surprised that some of it didn't get pulled up.
I was
But
just impressed with that. That for me was the most impressive performance of George Liddard's career because you'd see a lot of young fighters in that crumble.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
he didn't.
gets too much for
He
him. Yeah,
didn't. Later rounds, got back to his game plan, and for me, did plenty to win that fight. And yeah, look,
100%.
brilliant. But that George Liddard versus Denzel Bentley, future for the WBO
WBO, yeah,
middleweight championship at York Hall,
that would definitely be a cracker,
not at York Hall.
definitely. Now, because of our time pressure, because Tom's going to be away soon, we have capped ourselves at 3 fights for a lot of what we're going to talk about. Let us know as well whether you actually like that or whether you do like it when we go into as many fights on the card as we can possibly talk about. Um, we are going to make a quick mention. There are some other good fights on the card. There's Matty Harris, Franklin Ignatius, Amir Anderson, Jordan Dujon, Jermaine Dilaway, who is Derek's nephew, versus Jake Morgan, Dan Toward and Michelle Dat Vega, and a couple of others down there as well that are all worth a watch. Definitely keep your eyes on those. But as I say, we're a bit under time pressure at the minute with getting things ready whilst Tom's away so that you don't miss anything. Now we will round up the video. So, Tom, you winners. Do you want me to tell you what you said? Or
No,
are you gonna...
no, it's
So
fine.
then, Chisora
Chisora
and
by
Wilder.
drowning. I actually put
Okay. Just drown him in
just
punches.
gonna
Yeah,
punches, puddles,
everything.
everything.
Um, Vidal Riley and Mateus
I'm
Masternak.
changing my prediction from Vidal. I think Masternak. I think his experience will come to play. I'll probably change my mind again in a minute, but for now it's Masternak.
Okay.
On the official side, it's Masternak.
And then Denzel Bentley
It's Denzel.
and Saavedra.
Denzel.
Nice. I think I tend to agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do think that's probably the way to go.
That middle fight's the hardest one for me to predict because I think it's there's so many variables that come into play. But
Yeah.
as it stands right now, I'm going to lock my answer in as Masternak.
Nice.
Good little card of boxing, this by the way as well.
100%. I tell you what then, as you've said it, how would you rate this card?
7.
7.
Interim title.
You interim title and a good heavyweight clash at the top as well.
I'm old. I'm old. I like world titles. And I think the problem is it's a big enough event that you could have a world title on it. Do you know what I mean?
I think 7's as high as I would go.
I just don't think. I think the thing is as well. You've got the entertainment factor from an event point of view. It's gonna be banging. The main event will be entertaining. It is not going to be a boxing purist dream. I will enjoy it because Del Boy's involved. It will not
Yeah.
be a nice watch. I don't think. I think it's going to be very scrappy. I think the co-main is going to either be lots of hugging or Vidal's going to be on his bike. Denzel Bentley probably going to be a good fight though.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like the card. I think a 7's fair.
Yeah, I agree. What is going to be the best fight to watch?
Top of the bill.
Got to be, hasn't it?
Top of the bill. Like I say, if you want to watch some slick motherfucking back foot boxing, do not watch that fight.
No.
Because it'll upset you. Yeah. But if you want to watch an absolute war between two icons of this era in the heavyweight boxing, phenomenal.
Definitely.
Great little watch.
100%. That leaves one last thing, which is to check with AI what they think the results are going to be.
Ooh. What have we got?
Wilder to stop Del Boy. Masternak to win by decision. Yeah. And Denzel Bentley to stop his opponent.
Purely because I'm on the fence about the middle one. Can I change mine just so I can try and get some points back against the AI? I'm a betting man, and my odds are 50-50, and I'm thinking I'll edge my bets.
All right, then.
Can I change my bet?
Yeah.
Okay. Vidal's going to win.
Okay. We'll have to remember this when we review everything for points.
I will remember.
Okay.
I won't remember.
But that does bring us to the end of the card. As Tom said, please let us know your thoughts in the comments. Please let us know whether you're happy with how we've shaved things down a little bit. We're only doing it because Tom's going to be away. But if you like it, then we'll do it like this going forward.
Let us know what you think of the titles and if you enjoy your beers.
Exactly. And we will see you on the next video.